There comes a moment in the healing journey when something shifts. Up to that point, much of the work has been understanding the past, naming what hurt, recognizing the patterns, and allowing God to bring truth into the places that we once avoided. But eventually, another question surfaces once that space has been cleared for healing. What are we going to build next? Because healing may open the door, but obedience is what builds what lasts. I remember a season in my life when, on paper, everything looked like it was finally coming together. I had the house, the career, the things I once prayed for. I had stepped into leadership in ministry. From the outside, it looked like purpose was unfolding exactly the way I had hoped for. But something unexpected surfaced during that season. Despite all of these blessings, something inside of me still felt unsettled. There was a sense that God was inviting me deeper, not just into healing, but into obedience. During a season of fasting, clarity began to come. I started realizing that every decision I made mattered more than I had been thinking about. Every yes, every no, every direction I chose, because those decisions weren't shaping only my life, they were shaping the future my children would inherit. I had to ask myself something very honestly. What version of me would they be building from? The one who survived or the one who God restored? I didn't want my children building on the residue of my wounds. I wanted them building on the fruit of my healing. The seasons changed the way I prayed. My prayers stopped being about success. They became about legacy. I found myself praying the words of Psalms 90:17. Establish the works of my hands, Lord. Not what looked impressive, not what earned applause, but what would actually last. Because true healing is not only about what you overcome, it's about what you build afterwards. Scripture reminds us that no foundation can be laid other than Jesus Christ. If what I was building wasn't rooted in Him, then it wasn't something I wanted to spend my life pursuing. So my focus shifted, not towards comfort, not towards status, but towards kingdom fruit. The kind of work that may not always be visible, but carries weight long after we're gone. The Bible gives us a sobering reminder of how easily the focus can shift. King Hezekiah once prayed for extended life, and God granted him 15 more years. But in that extended season, something surfaced: pride. He showed his kingdom's treasures to people who would later conquer it. And when warned about the consequences, his responses was revealing. He said there would be peace during the lifetime. In other words, he was focused on the present more than the future. It's easy to judge that response, but if we're honest, many of us think the same way he did, focusing on what benefits us right now without realizing how today is shaping the tomorrow. Healing prepares the ground, but obedience determines what grows there. Breaking cycle requires intention. It's daily, sometimes quiet, sometimes unseen, but every decision becomes a brick in the bridge between your past and your children's future. There were moments when building differently felt uncomfortable, moments when it would have been easier to stay where I was. But obedience often takes us against the grain. It requires trusting God even when the path doesn't yet make sense. Healing was never meant to stop with you, it was meant to change what flows from you. Your story becomes the soil the next generation grows from. And the question we all eventually face is this: what am I building that others will stand on? Because cycles break when someone decides it stops with me. So build carefully, build intentionally, and trust God to establish what truly lasts. Before we go, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. And thank you for trusting us enough to step in the process with you. From all of us at Trauma Uncovered, we're very grateful that you've joined us. And we're honored to be able to walk this journey with you. If this space has already felt meaningful to you, we'd love for you to stay connected. You can subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming segments, and you can follow us on all of our social media pages. All of the links are in the description and comments below. We will be sharing encouragement scriptures, the reflection questions from this week, and details about our live conversations there. We hope to see you soon.